The rhythmic hum of the airplane engines did little to soothe Ethan's frayed nerves. Outside the small oval window, the vast expanse of the Atlantic stretched out, an indifferent blue canvas mirroring the turbulent emotions churning within him. He gripped the armrests, his knuckles white, the artificial chill of the cabin doing nothing to cool the simmering anger that threatened to boil over. Just hours ago, a terse phone call had shattered the carefully constructed equilibrium of his life. His younger sister, Clara, the vibrant, free-spirited heart of their family, had been involved in a serious car accident. The details were hazy, filtered through the panicked voice of his brother-in-law, critical condition, unconscious, the outcome uncertain. A wave of icy dread had washed over Ethan, followed by a surge of furious helplessness. He was thousands of miles away on a crucial business trip, a make-or-break deal that he had been meticulously preparing for months. Spreadsheets and presentations seemed utterly insignificant in the face of his sister's potential fate. Sleep had been a distant memory since the call. His mind, a relentless projector, played cherished memories of Clara, her infectious laughter, her unwavering optimism, the unbreakable bond they shared. The thought of losing her, of that vibrant light being extinguished, was unbearable. A gaping void that threatened to swallow him whole. Anxiety, a constant shadow, manifested in a relentless knot in his stomach, a tightness in his chest that made each breath feel shallow. The sterile environment of the airplane cabin amplified his isolation. The other passengers oblivious to the personal earthquake that had just shattered his world. He longed to be back home. By his sister's side, offering comfort and support, the miles separating them felt like an insurmountable barrier, fueling his frustration and his gnawing sense of guilt for not being there, driven by a desperate need for focus. Ethan reached into his briefcase and pulled out a worn leather-bound book. It was a collection of Marcus Aurelius's meditations, a gift from his grandfather, a man whose quiet strength and philosophical outlook had always been a source of inspiration. In times of turmoil, Ethan often found solace in its pages. He opened the book, his eyes falling upon a passage. "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." The words struck him with a profound clarity. It was allowing the external event, his sister's accident, and his physical distance, to completely dictate his inner state. His fear, his anger, his helplessness were consuming him, offering no benefit to Clara and only compounding his own suffering. He needed to regain control of his mind, to find strength within himself, despite the chaotic circumstances. He continued, reading, his gaze drawn to another passage, "Do not waste the remainder of your life in thoughts about others. When you do not refer your thoughts to some object of common utility, for you lose the opportunity of doing something else when you have such thoughts, losing the opportunity of thinking and doing something useful." Aurelius's words were a sharp reminder of the present moment. While his concern for Clara was natural and profound, allowing his mind to be consumed by unproductive worry was preventing him from acting effectively in the present. He needed to focus on what he could do, contacting his family, rearranging his travel plans, sending his love and support from afar. He then picked up a small volume of Seneca's letters, a companion to Aurelius in his philosophical toolkit. His eyes landed on a passage, "Wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for kindness." Seneca's simple yet powerful message resonated deeply. Even in this moment of intense personal crisis, separated by distance, he could still choose kindness. Kindness towards his family, towards himself, and towards the situation. By responding with strength and resolve rather than succumbing to despair, he spent the remainder of the flight immersed in the wisdom of these ancient Stoics. He found solace in their emphasis on accepting what he could not control, on focusing his energy on his own actions and responses, and on the importance of virtue and reason in the face of adversity. As soon as the plane landed, Ethan worked swiftly, rearranging his commitments, booking the first available flight home. The deal he had been pursuing now seemed insignificant compared to the well-being of his sister. The journey back was an agonizing blur of airports and layovers, his anxiety a constant companion. But amidst the worry, a core of stoic resolve began. to take root. Couldn't control Clara's condition, but he could control his presence, his support for his family, his own inner strength. The scene at the hospital was one of hushed tension and quiet sorrow. His parents were pale and drawn, his brother-in-law's eyes redrimmed with exhaustion. Seeing Clara lying still and unconscious in the sterile hospital room was a visceral blow, stark confrontation with his deepest fears. In the days that followed, Ethan found himself drawing strength from the philosophical principles he had turned to on his journey. He focused on being present for his family, offering practical support and unwavering emotional strength. He accepted the uncertainty of Clara's prognosis. Knowing that worry wouldn't hasten her recovery, he practiced patience, reminding himself of Aurelius's words about the power of the present moment, found small moments of connection with his family, cherishing their shared grief and their collective hope. He remembered Seneca's call to kindness, offering comfort and support to his parents and brother-in-law. Even as he grappled with his own fear and pain, weeks turned into months. Clara's recovery was slow and arduous, marked by small victories and occasional setbacks. Throughout it all, Ethan remained a steadfast presence, his inner turmoil tempered by the Stoic principles he had embraced. He learned the profound difference between worry and action, between succumbing to fear and choosing a response rooted in strength and reason. Eventually, Clara began to heal, her vibrant spirit slowly re-emerging. The crisis had left its mark, a deep scar on their family's landscape. But it had also forged a deeper bond, a renewed appreciation for the fragility and preciousness of life. Reflecting on that terrifying journey and the agonizing weight, recognized the profound impact of the ancient philosophy he had embraced. It hadn't erased the pain or the fear, but it had provided a framework for navigating it with greater resilience, clarity, and a focus on what truly mattered: love, family, and the strength of the human spirit. The practical lesson Ethan learned, and one that resonates deeply in the face of life's inevitable crises, is this: when confronted with overwhelming situations that trigger intense fear, anxiety, and helplessness, our ability to navigate these challenges with strength and grace lies in our capacity to control our inner world and focus on what truly matters. The wisdom of Stoicism, as exemplified by Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, offers a timeless guide for such times. Acknowledge your emotions without being controlled by them. Recognize the natural human response to crisis: fear, anger, anxiety. However, strive to observe these emotions without letting them dictate your actions or cloud your judgment. Focus on what is within your sphere of influence. In moments of crisis, we often feel powerless. Identify the aspects of the situation. You can control your actions, your communication, your support for others, and direct your energy towards those areas. Embrace the present moment. Anxiety often stems from dwelling on the uncertain future. Ground yourself in the present, focusing on the immediate tasks and the small steps you can take. Practice acceptance of what you cannot control. There will be aspects of any crisis that are beyond your influence. Accepting this reality, rather than fighting against it, can free up mental and emotional energy for more productive responses. Act with virtue and kindness. Even in the midst of personal turmoil, strive to act with integrity, compassion, and kindness towards others. This not only provides support to those around you, but also strengthens your own inner resolve. Just as Ethan found a way to navigate the terrifying uncertainty of his sister's accident by embracing Stoic principles, we too can cultivate the inner strength and wisdom to face life's inevitable crises with greater calm, resilience, and a focus on the enduring values that truly matter. The power to find peace and strength in the face of overwhelming circumstances lies within our ability to master our minds and choose our responses with intention and virtue.